And we are live once again, back on the good old YouTube. Take out these braces so you guys can understand what I'm saying. Welcome back, everybody. I just posted a couple of new updates on my YouTube story as it pertains to my workouts. So if you're interested in that, in how I train and all that type of stuff, you can go click on my YouTube story and you can see it. You can see me lift weights. Kushagra Pao, what is up? I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Life is good. Definitely cannot complain. We have a very awesome Belgian holiday coming up where we, excuse me, make a huge bonfire and we all gather around with the Belgian tribe. And I'm looking forward to it. But today is less about me and more about you. The idea is that we can get you guys to come in here. How you doing, Elizabeth? How's life going? How is Greece? I'm having a little bit of a rough day. You know, one of those days where you just feel kind of rough and you have a short temper. That's definitely the case right now. But trying to maintain an even keel and just troop on. Also, don't forget, guys, the 25th. What are your plans for Christmas and New Year? So Christmas. So I am part of a very big family on my father's side. So we have more than I have like 120 aunts and uncles and cousins and nephews. So my dad was one of 15. So my grandma had 15 kids. They were a farmer's family. So at Christmas, we get together at the old farm and we celebrate as Santa Claus makes an appearance and the young kids they get gifts and it's awesome. It's just amazing. Like all of us just united. And then we also have like a family dinner, which is like our like my brothers and sisters and their kids, like the small family. And then New Year's, I don't really. I feel like New Year's is by far the most overrated holiday. Not even holiday, the most overrated day. Period. In the whole year of the whole year. And I don't know why I'm starting to look so red. Are you guys seeing that? I might be having a heart attack. Um, Elizabeth, what are you busy with? So And Harry, I'm going to answer a question right now. I'm just going to finish my thought. I don't like New Year's. Why? I don't. It's all hype. Everyone is like, "Oh, I like New Year's. It's happening. Something is happening." What's happening? Nothing's happening. Like, it's just this like this irrational excitement about not much, and it's an occasion when I don't like expectations. I don't like pressure in any type of context. Like I feel like that is the the thief of joy in many ways. Like expectations and how something should be. And let's be honest, New Year's never lives up to your expectation. Like it's never this thing what you think it's gonna be. Also, there's way too many people that never drink that decide to drink on New Year's. And then it gets messy and it's annoying and there's drama. So I say all that to say this. Fuck New Year's. Really though. Like I mean don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna sit at home. I'll be doing something. It's just like I don't care that much about it. It's always disappointing. So Not to mention all the people that are gonna change their life in January. Like that's so lame. How many surgeries did you had in the past, dude? I lost count. Plus 40 at least. Like if you count all the surgeries, like at least 40. I really don't know anymore. Um, yeah, they try to stitch me up, man. So many times they try to fix it and make it better, and then I had a whole new jaw amputation and reconstruction. So you look like an Islamic gangster. Islamic gangsters are they pale as me? Yeah, this is my midlife crisis look. No, I'm just having a really bad hair day. Well, not a bad hair day. My hair is greasy, so that's when I wear a hat. Can you guys guess the hat? What is this from? Do you guys know? Comment below. Um, yeah. I'm turning 38. Michael Aurelius Drutus. That's a cool name. Is this too old to change your life and start something new, like getting in shape, new career, and so on? Are you kidding me? Mike, come on, dog. Man, dude, like I'm 34. I'll be 35 in about like 8 months or something, 7 months. And I feel like just now I'm beginning to figure out life and who I am. Like I finally have like a clear understanding of who I am, what I like, what I want to spend my time on, what I don't want to spend my time on. So I say all that to say I feel like up until at least 30, you're just kind of like exploring. You're just kind of like figuring out what is what. You're like a baby trying to open its eyes and look into the bright lights of life, you know? That's why I'm trying not to be too judgmental here, but like people that get married when they're 25, it's like or when they're even 27, it's like what the fuck are you doing? Like you're just you're banking on this person being like that for the next 40 years, a person that's literally like just got out of like got through being an adolescent. You're like, that is my wife for the rest of my life. Like, I'm sure I'm gonna love her in 30 years. Like, you have no idea, like, who that person is gonna turn into. So, I don't get that. But especially in Belgian society, for a lot of young people who are raised in a conservative family, it's like a race. It's like who can be an adult first. And in this society, being an adult means building a house and having kids. It's like you guys don't get it, in my humble opinion. And I'm sure they will look at me and be like, "That guy's crazy." Like, but I say all that to say, Mike, dude, 38 is actually the perfect time for a reset, for a start over. All right, this is the moment, man. Get on some Tonkat Ali, up those test levels, get a good gym routine, hire a good coach, hire me if you want the best, obviously, in terms of getting your life together. This is my email, lorenz.treats@gmail.com, and get cracking, man. Like, you can literally reinvent yourself 100%. Easy. You can do that at 35, even 38. You still got plenty of time. What's up, Khalifa? Papuna. I'm 37 years. I'm at my strongest because I did not work out as young. Yeah, I mean, all right. So I have a theory about this. I actually read it. I've written about that in my book. As it pertains to when is the best time of our life and when we are at our peak and all that type of stuff, I really feel like we as a society have been, and this is a theory, all right, but I feel like we've just been absolutely influenced by professional sports. Think about it. Think about how many people that you know that spend a vast chunk of their time watching professional sports, whether that be football, soccer, if you're an American, basketball, NBA, hockey, tennis, boxing, running, like whatever, right? So I think we can all agree, like many of us are just always watching sports, or like at least are very into it. And in professional sports, what happens is when you're 30, like if you're a 32-year-old football player, like if you're playing for Manchester City and you're 32, you're old. You're like, oh man, he's nearing the end of his career. Like he's done. And in all sports, like in the NBA, 32 is also old. And I feel like that has become this thing where now we have taken that perspective and have applied it on our everyday life. And that's how you have people coming in being 38, like, oh, am I too old? Like, dude, you're literally not even halfway through your life. You're supposed to peak at 40. I, by all means, intend to peak at 40. I got 6 more years to really be like the absolute strongest that I can be and be in my best shape. So, of course, you're not too old. Please. I can't stick around for this one, James Deek, but I want to thank you again for what you do. Wish you the best. And I want to thank you, kind Sadiq, for coming in and telling me that, man. Appreciate that. I really do. Like you taking the time out of your day, if even 10 seconds, just so I will know that I'm doing something valuable for you means a lot to me. So thank you, man. Puna. Sport theories. Runner at peak is mid 20ish, strongman early 30. If you are a Ritter at peak, you're at your 50. What is a Ritter, dog? Come on, man. Papuna. That's the lame ass point that you know it. Like 99% of all sports after 30 you're done. Sure, like in golf or in like I don't know, man. Like I'm sure there's sports where you peak at your 40, but like let's be real. Like all the sports that matter, 30 is like end of your career. 35 you're ancient. You get what I'm saying, man. Like Gabster. I've had people way older than me going back to school in their 30s and 50s. Being fit in any age is peak time anytime. Absolutely, I agree. I definitely agree. Hey, we got 7 people in here and only 4 thumbs. That means 3 people have not hit that thumb yet. Do me a favor. My love don't cost a thing. Capster. Professional sports is different, obviously. The average Joe Jane will not make it as a professional. Just be fit. Yeah, but that's my. So, okay. I feel like you guys missed my point. My point is, us as a society, we're obsessed with professional sports. We watch professional sports all the time. We're listening to commentary about professional sports all the time, and on the commentary and on in the media. When someone is 30 something, they're considered old. So what we do is we basically start drilling it into our heads subconsciously that 32 is old in general. Like we forget the context of the sport and we're just like, oh, well, I guess I'm old too. That's my point. That is my point. All right, let's keep the questions coming, guys. 7 people in here. Now is the time. I don't have that much time today, but I do want to make it count. So the better the questions, the better the content, the better the video, the better the live, and the better for all the people watching this later on, because I am fully aware that most people don't catch this live and watch this later on. Papuna, I think you should do something to blow up your channel again. That's funny because I have been toying with the idea of blowing up my channel again, and then I just say, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna blow up my channel. I'm gonna willingly uh, stay small and willingly. I'm gonna willingly um, stop myself from growing and being more successful. No, I'm kidding. So I mean, obviously, I'm trying, dog. In case you haven't noticed, I posted think I posted like 30 YouTube shorts in like a 2 week span, like three a day. So I'm getting busy. I'm posting content 3 times a day for a couple of weeks in a row. I'm doing these. But at the same time, I've also kind of learned to stop looking at the number of subscribers and the number of views, because it's you're like that'll drive you crazy. That'll legitimately, you know, make you want to kill someone because YouTube is very, you know, fucked up. People don't even notice. It's so weird. Like YouTube is so conniving. If you go to your homepage, like your YouTube home, you just open your YouTube app or you go to youtube.com in your browser. People don't even notice. You're thinking, oh, this is my YouTube home. This is where I get all my, you know, my videos from the people that I subscribe to. Eh, false. You literally get half of those videos are being recommended to you from the YouTube algorithm. YouTube is basically telling you, you don't know what you want. You don't know what's good for you. Here, I know what's good for you. Watch this video. So half of the videos that you see in there, you're not even subscribed to. And the people that you're actually subscribed to, they don't even show up in your feed. So I have 55,000 subscribers. If I upload a video, I think less than 1,000 people get to see that video in their feed. 155th, believe it or not. So now you're wondering, but then why can American people check out the subscribed videos? And it's like there's a second tab. You can see it in the browser very more clearly, but it's no one looks at that obviously. There's a second tab called subscriptions. If you go into that tab, then you'll see the videos of people that you're subscribed to. Wild, ain't it? You would think the whole purpose of subscribing to someone is so that they can stay up to date with you, but YouTube decided against it because there's more money to be made by recommending channels that pay hard money to get recommended. It's all a business. So, and this shift happened about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm complaining. I'm just giving you the facts. Every video I posted used to go to at least 5,000 views, very often 10,000 views, 20,000 views. Now I'm lucky to crack 1,000. That's an amazing video, and I don't even get there anymore. Um, that's just the way it went, and it's pretty impossible, seemingly pretty impossible to avoid that. I have a friend who literally has 1 million subs. If you go to his channel, it's 1M. If he posts a video, he's lucky to crack 2,000 views. So yeah, it is what it is. That's why I also chose to go very niche. That's why I chose to spend most of my time with my clients who obviously pay me. So I have multiple clients a day that I talk to on video, and it's just a lot better and a lot more fulfilling instead of trying to get views and trying to do it that way. So I kind of took a step back, and now I'm using this channel to still provide free content, obviously, but also as a tool for people to find me so they can work with me in person. um, yeah, a lot of people blow up their channel talking about political stuff, but that's a tricky subject and invites trouble. Yeah, I would never. The channel is not political. I would never do that. I am gonna make a video tomorrow. I'll be recording it. I'll be reacting to one of Alex Hormozzi's video, and he's pretty popular right now. He's pretty popular, so that video might get some traction. But I'm not doing it for that reason. I just saw one of his videos that really made me go, "No, I gotta say something about this." So I'll probably be recording that tomorrow. Who knows? It might go viral. ¿Qué tal, Aldaro? ¿Cómo estás? Papuna. Tip, do an interview with fitness guy or something. It's something. Do interview with fitness guy or something. It sometimes helps. Um, but who's fitness guy? And and I mean, I guess that's on me. Maybe for like not properly marketing myself, but it's not really a fitness channel. Fitness is part of me, and I like to share that. But uh, The idea is not really to make fitness content, and I'll talk about that if you want me to on here, for example. But you know, Michael, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Norse Kron, thank you, dude. That's really generous of you. Thank you so much. That's Norwegian, right? Norwegian Kron. Thank you for the answer. Is there a book that inspired you and helped you get such a positive outlook? And can you recommend three books and one podcast? Okay, um, I'm gonna obviously recommend you. So, all right, hear me out. Hear me out. I want you to go to Spotify, and I want you to go to the Joe Rogan podcast, and I want you to do the one with Matthew. I'm gonna type it for you so there can be no mistakes. So there's a Joe Rogan podcast with Matthew Walker. I want you to listen to that one front to back. It'll change your life. He's a sleep scientist, and it may sound boring, but you have no idea. Just don't ask questions. Listen to that podcast, Matthew Walker. Then when you're done with that, I would like you to listen to any Joe Rogan podcast with Duncan Trussell. He's just amazing. Like, but literally, like any of his appearances, he makes Buddhism, spirituality, and stuff like that very accessible. I don't care how you feel about Joe Rogan as a person or whatever, like, but Duncan Trussell kills those podcasts with him, and I just love anytime he comes on there. But yeah, no, there's no book that inspired my positive outlook. Like it's that was always just me. Um, Obviously, have you read The Power of Now? Have you read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck? Because those two, um, you can start with The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I know the title is cringe. I'm aware, but just ignore it and read the book. And then The Power of Now is a really good book as well. It's more complex, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Norwegian people tend to be quite intelligent. Uh, so those books, I would really recommend for you to get into. I'm trying to think of another podcast that I can recommend you. Yeah, I would start with the two that I just sent you. Um, Give it your name. I'm assuming you're already aware with the audiobook of Marcus Aurelius Meditations. I'm sure you've already checked that. It's not a podcast, but I listened to that, the audio version of Meditations. But I'm sure you're already very familiar with that. And then in terms of like books making me positive or stuff like that, like that's really not something that I can, that I have or that I can really truly recommend. I'm just trying to think of other really good podcasts that are now kind of like that I'm forgetting about. Hmm. Oh, Andrew Uberman, of course. You should check out Andrew Uberman on Joe Rogan. I want to ask, did you undergo radiation therapy? Yes, I did. Right here, all this part is radiated, and that's why tissue that gets radiated basically only gets worse from the day that it's radiated. Like, it's basically all that tissue is dying a slow death. There's nothing I can do to reverse that, but my surgeons deemed it necessary at the time. So yeah, it sucks because it's basically tissue that gets radiated. It just basically starts shrinking until it's just fully gone. I've done it too. Did you also have cancer or something like that, Peach? What's your experience with it? I was diagnosed with throat cancer, stage 3 squamous cell carcinoma. Hmm. What did they do? They ended up taking, like, they ended up cutting it out and they irradiated it afterwards. Are you able to speak now and eat? What is your throat like right now? That was 2009. That's a while ago. And how did you get throat cancer? Did you get it from HPV? 'Cause that's a big one, apparently. I have a severe dry mouth. Do you still have your tongue, or did they amputate that? Because I also know some cases of people like having their tongue amputated because of that. So you have a severe dry mouth because of the radiation effects. I don't smoke or drink. They don't. Mm. And how are you now? How is your quality of life at this point? I have nerve pain. I'm sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. That sucks. Is there any type of treatment that you're getting to make it better? My gums hurt all the time. It's good for me to get this, like, the perspective and reality check, because I get really angry because it's hard for me to eat in the sense of, like, food comes back out and I have a lot of drool that drips down, but I don't have pain. I don't have pain when I eat. My gums don't hurt, and I think you can have the worst thing you can have is pain. So I really appreciate you coming in here and sharing that with me. Do you have to dry mouth too? No, I don't. I don't have any. You know, it all works relatively well. Like, it's just when I eat, food comes back out. But aside from that, I don't have pain. I don't have aches. I can only eat a few foods. So I'm assuming you need, like, a lot of liquid stuff, like curries and stuff like that. Stuff that has a lot of moisture in it. I mean, there's also foods that I can't eat, but it's more due to the technical aspect of me not being able to, like, bite it. Lucky or nothing. I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky. Absolutely. Where are you from, Peach? What country you at? And how are you living now? Like, what? Like, do you have a job? Are you staying at home? Do you have a partner? How are you managing that? Philippines. They have healthcare there, like, or did you have to kind of, like, figure it out yourself? I have an online business. That's awesome. That is so cool. Kudos to you. I really love that. That you are just, like, not laying down. Like, respect to you. What do you do to ease the pain? Do you take do you take painkillers? Do you Or you just, like, you've developed a threshold for it where it's like, my baseline is pain. I have one kid. Nice. I do take painkillers. I can imagine. What's up? What's up? Free and amazing. How you doing? Interesting username. Well, you have a lot of subs. It's all right. How are you going? How are you doing? What brought you here today to my live? And more importantly, which question would you like to ask the Great Viking, aka moi? I thought I was fucked up. with no shoes until I met me a person with no feet. That's always how it is, right? And that applies to me too. Like now, Peach comes in here and talks about needing to take painkillers every day, and it makes me understand how lucky I am that I don't need that. I'm doing great, thanks. How are you? And do you have any tattoos? I do not have any tattoos, for I am too damn autistic for that. Like, first of all, I've already got plenty of scars, so I feel like I don't need to add more to that. People are already scared of me when they see me because I'm big and I'm scarred, so they think I'm a cage fighter or like a military vet or some mercenary type of dude. Um, and also, like, I've never seen a tattoo that made me go, I would love that on my body. Like, I just value my body too much. I'm not a tattoo guy. And on top of that, tattoo is so mainstream now. It's like, yeah, I just see too many people daily with shitty tattoos. I can't help it. What's your workout split? Um, I basically train Dorian Yates style, so that means like I'll train for 1 hour per day. I'll do 5 or 6 days. Um, but I just like today I did chest. So I did incline dumbbell press. I go heavy as hell. I go for like 5 sets. Then I do overhead shoulder press with a barbell. I go heavy as hell. Then I do a chest press, and then some triceps, and I'm out. Legs too. I'll go 7 or 8 squats and a hack squat. Go as heavy as I can. I never go above 8 reps. Only no warm up. I end up at the end with 5 reps, 4 or 5 reps, and just go as heavy as I can till damn near failure. And I apply that to every single group that I'm training. So one day I'll just dedicate simply to deadlifts. Another day will just be back, and I just try to go heavy and keep the reps low and just push it to the max. I understand that. Also, I did not notice you were scarred at first. Well, thank you. That's really nice to hear. I must be looking better with age. Did you just found my channel in the it just like turned up as recommended on your YouTube or what? Because if it did, I'm gonna need you to subscribe and not miss out on all this amazing content. Oh, look at the sun shining down on me. Means I'm doing something right. I have subbed. Thank you so much. Where are you from? What country you reside? Why do I care so much about what others think of me? Because you're human. Because you're human, and humans, per definition, by design, are insecure. And you are not an exception to that rule. So, first thing you need to do is stop beating yourself up about it. Second thing you need to do is stop associating yourself with the voice in your head that's always telling you that people think bad stuff about you. That voice is not your essence. That voice is what we call in the spiritual realm the so called thinker. And the concept is to watch the thinker. It's to catch that voice. It's to catch those thoughts and be like, hey, there you are again, trying to make me insecure. But that's not me. Too many people mistake that little voice nagging on the inside with their soul, their essence, their core. That is usually their biggest enemy. It's their insecurity whispering in your ear. You could be like, hold on, I'm doing it again. I'm creating this fictional scenario where people think I suck based on nothing but my insecurity. Let me just stop that. Texas, USA, what about you? Belgium, I like how you said Texas, USA. I said there's a second Texas. Actually, you're the first person from Texas that I ever heard say USA because they'll all, people from Texas, they treat it like it's a country usually. They'll be like, I'm from Texas. I once had a guy stay over my place who had like a big Texas tattoo of the state on his back. As you get older, you care less about people's thoughts and opinions. Pumpkin patch. Got it. All good. Anyways, dude, I gotta go. It's 9:58 p.m. I need to sleep. Thanks for answering my questions. Have an awesome week ahead. Keep on doing this live chat. It will help a lot of people. Peach, thank you for coming in. And I'm like I said, I'm having a pretty bad, not a bad day, but like a I'm a little bit annoyed. And you kind of came in and you like slapped me on the head with a reality check and a perspective check, made me understand like I'm so blessed because I don't get to experience pain when I'm eating, unlike you. So thank you, first and foremost. And secondly, I just cannot express enough how much of a fighter you are, how much I admire you, and I just hope that life will get better and with less pain in the future. Take good care of your kid, and I'll wish you nothing but the best and hope to see you soon. True, I don't know why I wrote USA. It's all good. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. People from Texas, I know you guys are proud of that, so I'm just messing with you. Hello and hugs from Romania. What happened to your last relationship? Ooh, you want the dirty details, don't you? No, we. I'm actually literally gonna see her tonight. I'm driving over to see her tonight. We. It didn't work out. It did not work out. We got to a point where there was too much pressure, and like you can talk and talk and talk and try to fix it and try to do better, and then at some point, if you're just constantly working on a relationship, it's it doesn't work anymore, and that's where we found ourselves. And it got to a point where it was like, if we don't stop being romantically engaged right now, then we're gonna end up hating each other. And that's the last thing I would like because I love her. She's literally my best friend and still is. And so that's why we made that decision. And I think we both um, got better because of it. And that's it. You know, she's amazing. And I'm very grateful that she was in my life. Thanks, welcome. See you soon. Ciao for now. Bye, Peach. Better off as friends. Yeah, it's crazy how many people talk to me about that. They're like, "How do you do it? How are you able to? I don't get it." It's like, come on, like, are we 16? It's just I just feel that way. If you truly love somebody, you just want them to be happy. And if that's not with you, then you need to let them go. If you're not making them as happy as they could be, then you shouldn't keep them just out of selfish motives. And that's really truly what I believe. That's real love, like unconditionally wanting the best for someone. And a lot of people think love is I want you to be happy, but it has to be with me. That's the difference. Gabster. I feel that. I miss my ex, but with the way he is right now in his life, it makes it very challenging to be with him. Let him figure it out and do you, girl. Do your own thing. Facts. Thank you. I also agree with my opinion. Hey, by the way, guys, if anybody is wondering, I still have open slots for my coaching program. So, right, that's my email right there, lorenz.trees@gmail.com, right there in the chat box. You can email me, you can get in touch, reach out, we can discuss your case, and you could potentially hire me to help you be your mentor, be your coach. That's what I do. So if any of these things I'm sharing with you sound appealing, sound logical, and they make you go like, this guy kind of knows his shit, then you know, if you're trying to change things up, don't wait till January. Do it today. That's the email. So I'll leave it at that. Alrighty, we are 39 minutes in. Having a blast with you guys. I just saw a notification on my phone from this YouTube channel. I forgot it existed. LFA. I wonder what happened to him. We'll check it out later. He was in the MGTOW men going their own way sphere, but I haven't seen him active lately. You ever have that where you're like, You forget someone existed. I'm not saying I forgot he existed. I'm just saying like you could run into somebody and be like, "Holy shit! Like that person used to be in my high school class, and I forgot they ever existed until now." Does that make sense? All right, guys. It looks like you are all out of questions for now, and I feel like I gave you a very solid 30 minutes. I also have a client coming up in 20 minutes, and I want to take some time to prepare myself and relax before I get into that. So, once again, Lorenz, that's Lorenz dot DRIES@gmail.com if you're trying to work with me. Capster, that happens to a lot of us. It's hard to keep track of every person you need in your life. Exactamundo. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I'll be back soon. Have a beautiful day. That's all for today, folks. Peace out.